Olá pessoal, welcome back to Fun with Brazilian Portuguese. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video here, but I'm back.
I'm back, baby!
Since the pandemic hit a few years back, I focused on making videos on Instagram. And if you don't follow me there yet, you're missing out on some hilarious and educational content, often featuring my fabulous assistant, the one and only Nandinha. Aloha! In all my social media videos, I consciously avoid discussing political issues. My social media channels are called Fun with Brazilian Portuguese for a reason. I want to keep things light and enjoyable. However, I have decided to talk about a potentially controversial subject today because it is actually related to the Portuguese language. The topic of gender-neutral language in Portuguese.
Very controversial.
I will also share with you 3 reasons why I personally stand against it. So let's dive in. As you know, Portuguese is a binary language. Most words are categorized as either masculine or feminine. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Ele é meu amigo. Ela é minha amiga. The main gender-neutral system being proposed in Brazil, amongst many others, is called the Ele system. It's called Ele because the gender-neutral version of ele and ela would be, according to this system, ele. So the gender-neutral version of these examples would be Ele é minha amiga.
Sorry. What did you say?
When referring to a mixed group that includes both men and women, the default is the masculine plural form. Eles são meus amigos. They are my friends. Now let's talk about the actual reasons why I am against gender-neutral language in Portuguese. Reason number 1, it's completely unnecessary. Let me show you first some examples of what has become commonplace amongst politicians when starting a speech.
Boa tarde a todas, a todos e a todes.
Agradece a presença de todas, todos e todes. Convidamos todas, todos e todes.
Então nós pedimos a todos e a todes.
Boa noite a todos, todas e todes. Convidamos a todos, a todas e todes.
What they are attempting to do here is make it clear that todos refers to men, todas refers to women, and todes refers to non-binary people. But the truth is, you don't need all that to convey an inclusive greeting like "Good morning, everyone." The word todos already means everyone. Activists argue that using the masculine form as a neutral marker is rooted in sexism and the patriarchy. Interestingly, this linguistic phenomenon comes from Latin. When Latin was a living language, there was a neutral pronoun alongside the feminine and masculine forms. However, as Latin evolved into other languages, including Portuguese, the neutral form was mostly absorbed by the masculine form. So although todos is a masculine form, it can be used both to refer to a group of only men or serve as a neutral way to mean everyone, women, men, and individuals who identify differently. The introduction of a gender-neutral language system becomes redundant as the language already possesses a well-established structure and convention. But you might be asking yourself, what about the first examples we talked about, ele é meu amigo and ela é minha amiga? If it's not for the proposed gender-neutral system, how would I refer to a non-binary person? Well, that's only an issue if you subscribe to the politics of gender identity, which brings us to reason number 2. Gender-neutral language is an imposed change based on a political ideology. Yes, languages do undergo transformations over time. However, these changes typically occur organically in response to genuine needs, for example, to simplify pronunciation and to shorten speech. In contrast, the push for gender-neutral language appears to stem from a political agenda rather than a genuine linguistic necessity. It doesn't simplify the language, it adds layers of complication. It's an attempt to impose a particular worldview, disregarding the natural evolution of language. Reason number 3, it's not inclusive. Proponents of gender-neutral language often claim that its primary objective is to be inclusive of non-binary individuals. According to a recent research, approximately 1.2% of the Brazilian population identify as non-binary. However, while gender-neutral language aims to promote inclusivity, it actually excludes other groups, making the language less accessible to them. They are dyslexic people who rely on consistent linguistic patterns, approximately 4% of the population, deaf and hearing impaired people who rely on lip reading and other visual cues, approximately 5% of the population, and blind and visually impaired people who depend on Braille and specialized software for communication, approximately 3.5% of the Brazilian population. The implementation or usage of gender-neutral language introduces several challenges for these people. Should we really prioritize catering to the needs of a very small minority who identify as non-binary, or should we direct our efforts towards ensuring equal access and opportunities for a larger number of individuals facing challenges in their lives? And there you have it, my 3 reasons why I am against gender-neutral language. To recap, number 1, it's unnecessary. Number 2, it stems from a political agenda. And 3, it's not inclusive. Now, I would like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this matter, so I encourage you to share them in the comment section below, either in Portuguese or English. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel so that you won't miss out on any future content. Muito obrigado a todos e até a próxima. Tchau!